Courtesy of Goodyear's Florida-based blimp Stars and Stripes. Goodyear blimps traveling thousands of miles each year, covering major sporting, entertainment, and community events. Set 2 underway here.
Carlos Moya throwing down some great numbers in that first set. Look at the first serve percentage, winner to error ratio, and twice he broke Roddick's serve. And he's under 60% on serve, more errors than winners.
Now, 4 unforced errors in a 7-5 set is pretty darn good. Well, you add that to the unforced error column for Moya, and you can circle it because it could have been huge at that point. 30 all. And 37-mile-an-hour ace.
He's right. Just told himself that he's sloppy and he's got to tighten it up. But I honestly think that it's the foot speed of Moya that's forcing Roddick into some extra errors today. Moya's chasing down so many shots. He's in good positions to strike the ball himself.
And if they're trading from the back, Moya's got slight advantage. Right now. This is that one, and Roddick's got the game point. Andy Roddick holds. He has been trying to get to the net more.
Looks like I'm making progress in a lot of areas. I definitely have a lot of work to do, but I was trying to kind of come to the net a little bit more last week. Maybe give people, you know, at least something else to think about besides just kind of chipping the returns back and then, you know, going fighter D on me. So, you know, that's definitely something I am working on and will continue to work on.
Going, what was that, fighter D on me? Whatever.
That's I thought he said fatter D defense. Again, that's Brad Gilbert talking, not this guy.
That's Brad's speak.
But last week, I think he tried to, he faced Tim Henman, who's a serve and volleyer. So obviously it was a good plan to try to take the net away from Henman. Henman won that one.
That was at the Pacific Life. Indian Wells. There he is coming to the net. He's been in, let's see, 10 times now, Roddick. This is the first sojourn up there in the set. It's hard to get over Roddick's head, I'll tell you that. 15 all. You mentioned earlier, Mary, he's a native of Mallorca, which is off the eastern coast of Spain. Very relaxed, uncomplicated attitude to life. A little bit like Guga Kirtan. Also, living so close to the beach. Game point. Talked about those days when he left the Isle of Love, Mallorca, and went to Barcelona to improve his tennis, and how tough they were. He says, I come from a calm, wonderful place. Does not like that call, but it was out, Carlos. +9 in the differential department from Moya. Very impressive.
That's a game that Roddick thought he could have won. He really does have to tighten up things because Carlos Moya continues to play well. He gets himself in a little bit of trouble. Had that break against him in the first set, but it didn't stop him. He just got his way out of that game.
This is unlike Andy, too, for 18 unforced errors.
He really is fidgety. You just feel like if he takes some nice restorative breaths, deep breaths between points, he'd do a little bit better.
I like that restorative breath.
Yes.
Navratilova and Raymond with a win in their quarterfinal double. So Martina Navratilova still playing winning tennis.
Age 47. Lisa Raymond 30. Want to be playing Olympic doubles this year in Athens.
Will they get to play doubles if the Williams sisters are available for doubles?
Well, evidently you're allowed to have two teams, so I guess so. I guess the Williams sisters could get a wild card.
A little bit of help from the net there from Roddick. Does not look comfortable today, Andy. Fidgety, not comfortable. Roddick holds 2-1 in the second set. First set to Carlos Moya of Spain against the number 2 seed. Final 4 of this year's competition here at the NASDAQ 100 to take on either Augustine Caleri or Vince Spadia. That match to be played tonight, and by the way, Fernando Gonzalez from Chile is through. They take on Guillermo Coria, who's the number 3 seed in the other semifinal. About Roddick is that he can strike in a hurry. And if he does strike on a breaker serve, it's so hard to break him back.
Moya's got a lot of different serves. They all look pretty much the same. He's got that nice deep back bend. He can flatten it out as he did just there, or he can spin over it or slice it. It's hard to read. He's throwing all kinds of stuff at Roddick, and he's still serving up in the 60s. Wants to work over that backhand side of Moya, it seems. Drawing some errors from some chip backhands of Moya's that just keep finding the net in this game.
No, that one sails, and now break point for Andy Roddick. Early stages of this set, but I'll tell you, the way he serves, the pressure squarely now on Moya. Again, every service break has come with a server net in. Oh, and he sails that one wide, and the break does go to Roddick. 3-1 second set. When he started playing, he was 5 years old, the Gran Playa Club, some of the buddies that he probably played tennis with. Tagging along with his dad, he said when the racket was bigger than him. And 3 of the courts actually at the Grand Playa Club are hard courts, and maybe that's why he's such a good hard court player still. Speaking of tagging along there, that was pretty much what Andy Roddick did for most of his young life. And his older brother John was the guy who was going to be the tennis star. He's now got an academy in San Antonio. Roddick has moved to Austin.
When he was a little boy, he used to come watch this tournament, watch the pros play it. And he talks about how he used to be up in the cheap seats, and then he'd get lower and lower. Now he's on the court.
Well, he did well to just get to that one. The court was open for an easy volley, and now Roddick's got a game point for 4-1 in the second.
And he's done just what he reprimanded himself to do. He's tightened everything up. Stop having those mental errors and unforced errors.
He has 4 of them unforced in this set. So Roddick's got the lead, and he maintains it with that win, and it's 4 games to 1. The grounds of this complex of tennis courts here that hosts this great NASDAQ serve on the other end, and leading 4-1 in the second after he lost the first.
It's only 1 break of serve, but it feels like an awful lot more, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Moya's game has really gone down. He's flattened it to a great extent. And Roddick just, he's all dug in now.
Earlier that they played twice have gone the distance. Andy Roddick won them both in 3. Remember that match maybe 3 years ago when he took out Pete Sampras here, and he'd also beaten Rios, and Rios after that match made some dingy remark about him like he was just a forehand and suggesting he wasn't any good.
And Roddick has had great success down here, not only in those matches you were talking about, but even as he's practiced here an awful lot. On the Orange Bowl here. The Sampras win, that was his breakout win, Andy Roddick, a couple of years back.
Misses it, and Andy Roddick stays in front. He's got a 5-2 lead, albeit 1 break, as you were saying. It's a lot when you've got Andy Roddick serve. Moya to serve, and we come back live to the NASDAQ.
What if? Last year's Wimbledon.
Nope.
Missed on that one. Missed a big. Serena's sister Venus went out to Dementieva yesterday. Three-time champion Venus Williams will not be meeting her sister. That's either going to be Petrova or Dementieva. One of those Russians will be in the final. They play tonight.
Last 30. Points away from the set for Roddick to get even.
That's a tough forehand to read, Moya. Again, he sets himself up, and then it's such a slashy bit of racket work. You don't know what he's going to do.
When nobody could beat Leighton Hewitt, Moya was the one who found a way, and he used that forehand. Yes, Hewitt so well. Set points here for Roddick. Meanwhile, Hewitt's struggles continue. He lost to Andre Pavel here, and he didn't look good. Andy Roddick has leveled this match. He'll serve the first game of the third set, and we come back to our live coverage of this men's quarterfinal. Well, the match between these two who are both in the top 5 in the world. Carlos Moya and the 5 seed here against the number 2 seed. So heads up, this is going to be fun.
It's a monster serve, 137.
Body line. Moya just didn't move out of the way of it. He's closing in. That's a good point.
Roddick did well to move in there, knowing that it had a lot of work on it, that Moya shot. And you know what? I'll bet he'll start doing more of, Cliff, when he hits his approaches. Like, I have to assume that Gilbert's going to tell him to flatten out those approaches more, because he whips around them so much. They can sit up for some players. As fast as Moya.
Which flattened, not so much topspin.
Not so much topspin on the approach shot. Hit through the ball more. Give your guy less of a chance to really make a play at the ball. And that's something that really doesn't require much of a change, does it? Fernando Gonzo is on into the semifinals. And Guillermo Coria, an Argentine, who's so talented, so quick.
Semi-finals of the men's singles tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll be live in the net again. It'll be Coria Gonzalez. $7 o'clock tomorrow night, live coverage. Winner of this match against the winner of Stadia Caleri. 30 love. Well, that's a good game there from Moya. It's one apiece. Make no mistake, it's early stage here of this third set, but every game here is really critical. The brains are churning, these two. They're looking for an opening, looking for a chance. Because the percentages are on the side of the first player to break.
A big wind-up. And again, Moya takes a pretty good crack at it. Drags Roddick just off balance enough.
Beautiful shot of part of this island paradise. Keep Biscayne. That's too tough from Roddick.
Oh, so much work on that one.
Twisted up there in the spin department. Roddick has the lead in the third, but we are on serve at the NASDAQ 100 quarterfinal men's singles. We're live. Service is Carlos Moya. Roddick, born in Omaha, Nebraska, and his family moved to Austin, Texas.
That tremendous lob. Roddick had all kinds of time to set up for the winner. Look at that. That's where the Roddick lob landed.
Both aware, I'm sure, that all breaks of serve have come from side where Moya is now. I like that slice backhand mix-up, you know, because he's got the two-hander is his go-to shot, but it comes under it more and more often now. He dogged that one.
It's a pretty thing to watch. Remember when Mats Wilander, towards the end of his career, added a slice backhand to his two-handed backhands. It gave him a lot more options. That's the same Mats Wilander, who's captain of the Swedish Davis Cup team against the USA next weekend from South Florida. Andy Roddick will be there for the U.S. as the top player. Marty Fish, Bryan Brothers, and Patrick McEnroe captaining that ship. He had to, obviously, Vince Spadea worked his way into the conversation. The veteran American has been playing such good tennis in the last couple of weeks. Winning Scottsdale, still alive here.
A very good season so far, Vince Spadea. Took that Schrieffer fan here the last round.
Now again, look at all that work on that approach shot. He just misses off of that volley. What I really admire about Roddick, Cliff, is that he's lost some important points up at the net, and yet he continues to come in.
He doesn't phase him, does it?
I just really like that. The Williams sisters have been telling us for years that they were going to serve and they were going to volley more, and obviously it would suit their games, but
doesn't happen.
They talk about it a lot more than they do it. But Roddick is committed to working on this part of his game. I really like seeing that. Trouble.
He knew it. You could see as soon as he hit that shot.
And again, look what he came in behind. It was a heavily top-spun ball that Moya had no problem getting to. It was the approach that cost him that shot.
Big point at 15-30.
Again he comes in, and again it doesn't work.
You pointed it out earlier, man. You're right. When you make the approach shot on the court like this against a guy who is as good, as solid on the passing shot, it's got to be better than that. It just has to be. A wing and a prayer on the approach and work. Break points for Moya. Moya was leaning for the down-the-line serve, down the middle. Gives Moya the first break, and only break for either player in the third set. Is up 3-2. Does Roddick have the will and fight to come back in this third? In the bottom right, you can see the golf course Thornton Park that hosts a senior golf event, and then this center court seating 13,000, and the tennis complex that surrounds it. Moya serving here in the quarterfinal men's.
Roddick from beyond the baseline. I didn't get too excited about it because he's still down 30-15.
And down 3-2, break a serve in the third set. He was waiting for that one too, knew that Roddick on the run basically had to go down the line. Moya, obviously a huge star in the tennis scene and well known to us who are in the tennis business. He's never really, I don't think, captured the imagination of the general American public. He was a runner-up at the Australian in 98. He won the French championships, but the best he's ever done in the U.S. Open was a semi-final showing. And he holds here, so he's got 4-2 in the third set against Andy Roddick. Aerial coverage courtesy of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company and its fleet of airships, reminding you. There's no doubt that the idea of being more aggressive behind the huge serve and forehand that he's got is a good idea. Well, he's got to be very careful of choosing the right time. 15 love. Oh, change of direction by Moya, so athletic.
Change of direction in the air. That's just beautiful. Again, the speediness of Moya allows him to produce shots like that. Just tremendous body awareness he's got, the Spaniard. Can manipulate himself even in the air.
Roddick holds, but he's down a break. Carlos Moya will serve, leading 4-3 third set when we come back to the quarterfinal.
We're going to take our method.
On the key, just pull your boat up there, have a nice meal, and then head back to the home. Make that 4-3 Moya in front. Third set.
Very nice body language coming off of Andy Roddick right now. Entire point played from beyond the baseline, and all of a sudden, Carlos Moya decides to open things up. There's Roddick pinned squarely beyond the baseline, which sets that up perfectly.
Touch. 15 love.
That was out.
That is purely, I think you got it.
No, it's called out. Large drop in the chair. Confirms the call. That's a huge point, and Moya is not happy at all. Moya thinks this is good. It's not. And the fact is, Moya had played an out ball, a ball that would have landed wide.
He did.
Earlier in the rally.
Yep.
You can't blame Moya for thinking it was good. You look at it like that. And again, Roddick is all business. That crankiness we saw from him earlier in this final set is gone. He's playing heads-up ball.
Yeah, he's not afraid to commit himself. He's not afraid of failure. And that's what makes a champion. You're right, his body, he's going to go down, if he goes down, fighting. In flames. Wide. tennis writers, Mary, you might be interested in this, are asking me about Juan Carlos Ferrero, who has had some success in the U.S., and why he has not really captured the imagination of the sporting public in this country. We had a discussion about, I mean, Moya's name came up. I mean, if he had been as successful as Ferrero, he would have, I believe. Game point to Moya. Moya's one game away now from a place in the last four. Vince Spadia would be the lone American left if Roddick were to go out. Moya, by the way, a quick reminder, played the final here last year, losing to Agassi.
That one 145, 143 is his fastest of the day. Serve has been there for him, and he wasn't broken in the second, but in the third set, when Roddick looks back on it.
6 of 14 in the third set. So he's made an effort to get in. Now the question is whether he has enough to break here, because he's got to. It's 5-4 Moya serving for the match. Reminder that our coverage continuing tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern Time live. We'll have semi-final number 1, and then on ESPN 2 at 7 o'clock we'll have number 2 semi-final, and it'll be the winner of this match against either Caleri or Vince Spadia. Poirier and Gonzalez. 1 o'clock. Take it to Moya at this point, or do you let him self-destruct because of how big an occasion this is? It's Roddick's choice. Kid in Roddick still alive. break point. Second double fault of the set, fourth of the match.
Cheesy three-setter.
No. But that was a gimme. He gave that to Andy Roddick, a double fault in that point that sailed him earlier in the point of another badly unforced error.
He just struck. That's all it was. Pure and simple. Moya got tight. And that could be enough for Andy Roddick, who's won the last two three-setters they've played. And he said both times he's played cheesy matches. Especially one where Moya was serving for, just as he was there. And he let up. And believe me, both players are very aware of the dynamics of this match now and how it echoes their past matches.
The point earlier that Andy Roddick also his body language changed here in the latter stages of the set. He told Moya where that he walked that he wasn't giving up. 15 all. They're both a bit tight now. Huge point coming up now. If he comes in and he makes that volley that is short, and it's not really short, he's just dead, like this one here.
No, it's a defensive foul. And that's all it was.
Break point. Running forehand with a crosscourt, unbelievable. That's at the break point.
Well, Moya played a guarded volley himself here. Didn't do enough of this. He just tried to direct it into the open court.
Exactly right.
Didn't stick it. Gave Roddick a good swipe at it.
Tell me he doesn't care. That was good to see. And Roddick's thinking, I'm 1 point away from winning this serve game, and the worst that can happen to me is a tiebreak in the third. A good feeling right now. Andy Roddick holds, notwithstanding down a break point against him. He just broke Moya, lost the serve game of Moya's. We're on serve, 5-6, third set. Quarterfinal has now very much lived up to its billing. Moya and Roddick, number 5 and 2 respectively. This is Moya now trying to stay in it. Last time he raised his arm to serve in the game, he was serving for the match and dogged it. Round the Horn coming up immediately after our coverage of this live men's quarterfinal. 15 all. He is tight, because that was a very makeable volley. Watch. That's just very, very solid tennis. I tell you, he has held his attitude together so well, Andy Roddick. And he's got a match point.
Thank you.
So what do you say, man?
He did it again. He had some help from Moya, who tightened up at the end, but all due credit to this kid.
So Andy Roddick is in the semifinals. How close can it get? Moya serving for the match here in the third set. Gonzalez and Correa are already through. Spadia and Caleri to play tonight. Congratulations, Andy Roddick. That was something really special. Number 2 seed hung on, got through a little bit of help from Carlos Moya. Sure, he did at the end of the match, but all said and done, he's the one who's standing in the winner's circle on